Welcome, everyone. I welcome you to our weekly edition of CA Connect. And today we have CA Atul Gupta ji, and we'll be talking about many of the features which TallyPrime can help you. As we all know, TallyPrime is a business management software, and it helps CAs, tax practitioners to manage account, compliance, inventory, payrolls, and many more. And many of us use only a particular feature. Means I have seen that many people use one particular feature for TallyPrime, and there are many other softwares which they use for other compliance related issues. But today's session is to help take on one such feature which is being widely used by many businesses, but is still not used by many TallyPrime users. So that's a little concerning. And that's where we have Atul Gupta ji, sir. And the feature is payroll accounting in TallyPrime. So our expert here today, which I have introduced to all, has helped many clients with payroll configuration in TallyPrime. Atul sir is a Tally evangelist, a practicing CA for over more than 25 years now. So there's an immense knowledge that he has acquired, immense experience that he has. He has implemented Tally for various sectors, be it manufacturers, software companies, dealers, service providers, etc. So Atul sir I'll give you a short introduction, although he needs no introduction. He is a regular faculty at ICI and has taken more than 20 CPE sessions in over 10 plus cities. And we are really grateful that sir is taken out time from his schedule for our CA Connect session that we are having today. So I welcome you, sir. Over to you. Just one thing, attendees, participants who are here, please put your queries in Q&A and replies in the comment chat. I'll be taking account of that. We'll be taking account of that, and we'll try to address all these issues. If not in today's session, we'll connect back to you. We'll get back to you, and we'll try to resolve all the issues. Over to you, Atul, sir.
So thank you, Abhishek. Good afternoon on a working day. Thank you all of here for joining this session. So let me start. So I've just shared my screen. Please, I always love these interactive sessions. So ask questions as we go about. Kindly don't wait for the end of the sessions. The Q&A is there. So what exactly is the issue that we wish to address? So let me bring this practicality where we started, where I personally felt that this is one thing that we most of us are missing out. The so Sumer has put the first question, income tax configuration. In fact, Sumer, that is one of the point of discussion we are going to have. And when I was talking to Komal, I'm thankful for Tally for having me here. So Komal, when I was talking to her, so one of the things that I realized that to talk about payroll, one session is just not going to be sufficient. In fact, it's always learning. We first payroll configuration that we did professionally for a client, that was when Tally ERP was there. That version we did. So, and when we did it, so let me share that as a case to you so that it creates a background where we want to go. Now, uh, I'm comfortable in talking in Hindi, English, and as you wish. So, if you want both languages to be brought, I'll just request you to make a comment in Q&A so that I'll address. So, the one of the most important aspect is to ensure that we address the audience properly. So, my language can be anything. It can be Hindi, English, and mix of both. So, just ping me in the Q&A. So Sumer is saying, sir, you need to say Hindi and English both. Okay. तो हम शुरू करते हैं. हमने टैली में पेरोल कब शुरू किया और उसका बैकग्राउंड, और देन तब मुझे लगा कि इट्स अ वेरी गुड थिंग दैट वी मस्ट डू. सो अलाउ मी टू शेयर 2 केस स्टडीज एंड देन विल कम बैक टू व्हाई I wanted this session for this to be held for all of us. I'll be learning about you. There's a question I've designed, so I'll be learning about you. Yeah, Mohammed. So I'm taking care of all of you. Now, So sometime it was before COVID. I think the year is 2018. Yeah. So one of our clients for whom we were doing internal audit, we used to do their payroll audit also. So they had their attendance marking system. Then they, because it was a software development company, so they felt that they could do their payroll. They created their own software and they were processing payroll through that only. But then there was a big fraud, HR fraud occurred in that company. So then the company management felt that no, this is not the best way of doing it. So they requested us that can their uh, payroll be configured in Tally. So that was then we configured their whole payroll in Tally. And one of the best, the outcomes of that configuration was that the owner of the company is in US. So because Tally that time also allowed an online access, you could do it through technology. So he was very satisfied because he realized that now he has track of all the attendance, how it is being marked, and the payroll was being processed on a single click of a button. So then when we configured Tally payroll, then for that company, we realized that it's a very good thing that we must be using in Tally. That is one case I have shared. Now, uh, if you can just put it in the question, means I want all of you to put it in Q&A. Say if I am a practicing chartered accountant, I'll say practicing CA, you can say PCA. Or if you are a business owner, you could say business owner. So I just want that feedback. If you could just put it in the chat. Okay. Business owner, Vikas. Great. Nikhil. Okay. Sumer is, I think, part of Tally itself. Then practicing chartered accountant. Yeah. PCA. Business owner. Good. So, yeah. Himanshu is, yeah. So Shankar says practicing CA Bhavesh. Then we don't have, a few people have not put their name, but that is okay. Sanjay Adi Bhati is practicing. Sumer is an employee. Nikhil Porwal is practicing. Vikas is business owner. Ranjitha. Dinesh practicing CA. BS Venkatesh. Nipun Patil. Yeah, great. Sanjay. Then we have, so we have a article assistant also. Great. Then Kabir from Kozhikode, tax practitioner. And Raja Pandian is a practicing CA. Great. Thanks for doing this. See why I wanted this to be shared like this. So this is another case I want to bring. See, I see, okay, SNM Nanduri is a CMA. Great. Then Rajendra Kumar Jain, good afternoon. Now, why I wanted this to be brought here, why I'm so much interested. So the first case I shared, we did it for a software development company much before TallyPrime came. In fact, Tally 9, we did it. Then, as a part of our profession, one of the services that we provide is we provide this asset accounting. So a reasonable good engagements we have done on asset accounting because many practicing CAs are there. I'm talking about the first clause of Caro. That is we do. Okay. So we were doing it. We were using asset accounting software. So the asset accounting software we used then, it had a very good payroll software also, payroll processing software. So what we felt that if we are doing asset accounting and we are doing for companies, those companies which have already outsourced their asset accounting to us, and they've also outsourced their payroll accounting. So why not we pitch to the company for which we are doing asset accounting that we want to do your payroll accounting also, payroll outsourcing. Reasonably big. It was a multinational corporation, MNC. So we wanted to pitch to the company that we want to process your payroll also. So we did a homework like, okay, the company is getting its payroll outsourced. So who is the present service provider? Yeah, we got some detail. The service provider for payroll outsourcing of that MNC was out also an MNC. It was a company outside India. And then we tried to bring some data that service provider, what is the business profile. So internet is there. You can get a lot of information today on internet. So we searched and we were surprised to find that the company that was providing payroll outsourcing services to the asset accounting client of ours that company's total outsourcing turnover. It was an outsourcing giant. The total turnover of that outsourcing company was US dollar 14 billion. I'm talking at least 8 years back. US dollar 14 billion. Then of that, US dollar 2 billion turnover was from payroll accounting outsourcing business. In rupee terms, if you convert that $2 billion in today's conversion, it will be something around 16,500 crore rupees. They had their outsourcing turnover. So I realized that it's a big opportunity to get into. Many chartered accountants, all of us are here. So many of us give this accounting outsourcing services. This is again a good opportunity that we can get into. So there are two or three aspects I wish to address. First, see, we all understand. I'm not sure about the percentages, but so uh, this how many of you are doing payroll accounting through Tally? I'll come on that. So it will be a learning experience. So this is exactly what is the core of this session, core of this discussion. Okay. So payroll accounting in Tally. Now we'll do practical. Uh, we'll like we are at the basic level so that we can improve upon. हम basic में है, ऐसे करके we'll try to learn. We'll try to see how things are. So this is the content of this session. A small talk on payroll in TallyPrime. Then I like this interaction with you. So some feedback from you. Then there are critical aspects. In fact, Sumir just talked about income tax. So let us start a question answer here itself. Okay. So suppose I say payroll. I want you to put in the chat. So I'll request you to put in the chat. Okay. So to read chat is comfortable. I keep it on the right panel of my laptop. So put it in the chat. What laws would you have to have an understanding to be able to account for payroll? Just let us do it. So I'll be reading through that. I want you to tell me the laws. You can say Factories Act. Yeah, ESI, PF, professional tax, TDS. So Venkatesh has put four. Then PF, wages, ESI, PF. Yeah, income tax, Factories Act. Yes, I was waiting for this. Then professional tax, gratuity, minimum wages, labor acts. Yes, professional tax, minimum gratuity, payment of bonus act. Then I think you must be knowing there's something called as, yeah, Workmen's Compensation Act, income tax, and there is something this payment of wages act is also a law. Yes. Now, so one of the first things, see, the whole idea is MSME act. Yes, my whole idea is that the percentage of payroll users in Tally has to improve. Okay, so the people, the organization, the individuals, the chartered accountants who are using Tally is say 1 lakh. Then what I want that of that 1 lakh people who are using Tally, my very rough guess is that not even 10% are using payroll in Tally. So there might be reasons. I'll be asking you that question, why you are not doing it. So that percentage has to improve. So what we'll be basically learning. Okay. So there's Manish is from UAE. WPS, Manish, could you give a full form if it relates to this wages? Okay. So the whole idea is that we want to create, today's session is a basic session for payroll accounting. We want that idea to come that yes, we can do it and we can do it very well in Tally. So now what you can do, you can keep a note, wages protection system. Okay. Thank you, Manish. Okay. Very good. So what I want that when I yes, Sumer. Now the point is what? See, I want if you can just keep a note. See, when I talk to Komal that what will be the core deliverable of this session, the core deliverable of this session is that all of you who are attending, once you decide to implement payroll through Tally Prime, then there has to be like a checklist with you that when I go for it, this information has to be uh, put in system. Okay. So first, so I want you to draw this checklist. So let us learn. It's a good thing to do. That is exactly the purpose of this session. First is that as an entity, you must be, or as a service provider for your client. Basically, we are looking at the client or the user or the business owner. So all these people, what you need to do, list the applicable labor and salary laws to the entity. So first thing is kindly list that. Let us do it. Uh, or what I'll do, I'll first, because this is the aspect that I want to address thoroughly. The core idea about the session is exactly this. Okay. So allow me to bring a Word document. I'll type down that this is what I want all of us to have in hand, and then we can start using payroll in Tally. Just give me a second. Allow me to bring a Word document where I'll type all these things. Yeah. So I have put it here. So the first thing is list of laws applicable. We must have this in hand when you are going to implement payroll. See, the mechanical aspect of implementing has its toughness, but this is pre-preparation before you start implementing payroll in Tally. So first, the list of applicable laws. Then one of the most important aspects that you must have before you go for implementing is human resource policy has to be with you. You must be having with you your human resource policy. Now, in this human resource policy, what aspects need to be specifically covered is the salary structure, the wages structure. These all need to be covered very specifically. Just give me a second. I'm here itself. Just give me a second. The next aspect to be covered is very important. In fact, when I went through this whole process of learning, when you go for implementation of Tally, payroll in TallyPrime, I personally felt that you require an expert. So you need to sit with a domain expert to do that job. Now, domain expert to me has to be a person who is HR manager of the company. So this aspect, before you start implementing payroll in Tally, please have these things ready with you. It is going to be a set of document. Then let me bring about when we did it that for software company, what was the aspect we started with? The first aspect was we actually did that way only, the way I've written it here, the applicable laws, the salary structure, and the salary structure was for each individual employee. Now, I'm putting this question back to, I'll be putting this question. Okay, let us do it here. So, salary structure for individual employee. Our effort was, we had only 4 basic combinations to do in that company. So, I'm writing the 4 basic combination. The number of employees, non-PF, non-ESI, ESI, PF, and there was a 5th combination, PF and ESI. So that was the categorization in the company. Rest, their salary structure was absolutely well defined. So if C2C was say 100, I'm bringing the issues to you. So the basic salary would be, basic salary was 40. HRA was, HRA was, yeah, sorry, 30. Then they had a CCA, that was 15. And one more component, another allowance, that was 15. So it was reasonably well structured salary format of the company. That is very important. So before you start implementing, you must have these documents ready with you. So implementing payroll in Tally is just not going to be a job that you think that I want to do it today and tomorrow you will be able to do it. Absolutely not. Without keeping these records ready with you, you cannot do it. First. Second, when you start configuring masters, so one form you must be able to create for each of the employee, that let us call as salary master for TallyPrime. So each employee, like there is what you call as a employee file in the organization. The first page of the file must be salary master of the for TallyPrime or salary master for the data. I'll share what information you must update there so that, see, the whole idea is that our effort has to be fruitful. We must be able to do it in a structured manner. So I understand all of you have taken note of this. Before you start implementing, these aspects need to be kept ready with. Okay, we'll go to our presentation. Now, so critical aspect to implement TallyPrime. Then benefits, as we discuss, I'll come about that. Template. Now, this is one of another deliverable that we wanted to ensure. Template is that when I decide to implement payroll in TallyPrime, how I must do it. So in fact, this word, the document that I shared is basically creating that template. It will be concluded. The last part of the template will be the what I call as the master data form or salary master data that we must keep ready with us. Okay, let us go to the next slide. So this will do live. Suppose I ask, it will be a bad question to ask, but let me ask that. Let me go to the next slide. Okay. So I enjoy this live quizzes during the session. So let us do the quiz first, and then I'll come back to the slide again. Just give me a second. Yeah. I'll be pasting the quiz in the, where I post, Abhishek, I need to post the quiz. So I put it in Q&A or what location so each can access?
So I'll have to just check. I have not enabled the quiz as of now, so you can just put it in the Q&A as of now.
Yeah. I'll just put the link of the form in Q&A. Okay.
Yeah. Or in the chat also, sir. If you put the link in the chat, everyone who is an attendee here will be able to
I
access.
put. So
Yes,
please
sir.
say
I
yes.
can see. I'll
You can
just check.
see. Yeah.
I'll just check, sir.
I'll request attendees to please click on this. Google form will open. Start submitting.
Yes, sir. It's
Working,
accessible.
Abhishek? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Working. Perfect.
So attendees, please start submitting. You can just ping our members who are attending, participants. You can just say yes, no. Abhishek is able to see. He is the host of this session. I want your feedback. It is visible. You are able to submit. Yeah. Thank you, Vikas. Thank you. Nipun says not visible. Uh, yeah, but there is some issue. Let me post it again. Uh,
I'll just do it. I'll just do it, sir.
yeah,
You don't worry. I'll
I've
just
done it again.
so because I think you need to select everyone instead of hosts
Okay,
and
let me do everyone. I've done. Okay.
yeah, yes. Now it will be visible to everyone.
Yeah. All members. Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah.
Abhishek.
Yes, sure, sir.
Please start. Yeah. Thank you, Nipun. Please start posting your answers. Yeah, we have started getting the answers. So this is what is we call as Google Analytics. And this was in fact, this is one of the things Tally has brought. Being part of the evangelist group within Tally, I've been requesting Tally to have dashboard. So in Tally Prime, you have dashboard. So this is what dashboard does. You can have live data access. Yes, see the percentage, everything is getting updated as you are giving the feedback. Okay. and it is calculating percentage to help me my discussion. So see, if you see that 70% of us are actually not using Tally Payroll, it is there. Okay. Now those who are not using, this is what I wanted. Yes. So if I take do not know, see there are 20%. Abhishek, you need to learn from this. 25% people are saying that they don't know Tally has payroll.
Payroll.
So that is what exactly was the idea about this question, the feedback I wanted from you, and
Yeah.
that is the reason. So the first part going live on Tally, we will see where payroll is and how to enable payroll when we start using Tally. So
Okay.
if all members have submitted, kindly permit you to me to change the screen, or I can wait for 30 more seconds to allow all of you to give your feedback. So that is what you can do when you have good data available with you. And of the, if 100 is the total number,
Yeah.
uh, 60%
60%.
no, but they did not try. So I wanted to go deep into why they did not try, but I thought let us keep it here itself. So see, one of the reasons I understand that I I know, but then I feel there is going to be an effort. Sometimes I feel that how to do miss probably that steps I might not be very clear how to go about it. So that is why we wanted this. Okay. So thank you all of you for the feedback. It helps us understand where the gaps are, where Tally needs to improve, and what we all need to do to ensure it is done properly. So allow me to go to the, now we'll go to the live TallyPrime session. I'll bring TallyPrime here. Yeah. So it is here. So now a company has been created. I'm pressing F11. Now see, uh, once you have created company, you press F11. So generally the default option is show more features. No. So if you see uh, this basic F11 screen, it doesn't show the payroll aspect. So let us say yes to it. As soon as you say yes, the payroll capability is enabled. Now, by default setting is no. So you have to say yes. Okay. So you say yes to payroll. Uh, One of the core benefits that is going to come from using uh, payroll in Tally Prime is all your this annual forms, declarations, huge details you have to submit to PF and ESI, more specifically PF, that I think Form 3, Form 6, Form 12. So all those data you will be able to generate very effectively from this. Other compliances also. So you have to say maintain payroll, yes, and enable payroll statutory, yes. Okay. To start with, means you could now what I want, those of you who are joined us, could you just put it in the chat, the number of employees you have in your organization. आपकी कंपनी में कितने काम करने वाले लोग हैं, प्लीज पुट इट इन द चैट. Okay, so we have 12, 18. Yeah, we have someone with 100. Shravan is 50. Sujoy is 42. 100 was Deepa. Great. Then Rajendra is 6. Great. Down 1. Okay, that is 12. Aradhna is 15. SNM is 45. Niranjan is 1000. Great. So, had this been a paid session, we would have charged Niranjan a lot of money. Then VP is 75. Mehmood, if I'm reading correctly, is 42. Khushi is 6. Nikhil is 15. Rohit is 12. Mithilesh is around 110. Sonali is again good, 300. Pramod is 5. Himali is 20. Eric Atakpa. Okay. Sorry for pronunciation if it is incorrect. 424. That is very specific. Anshu is 14. Kareem says 9. Ranjita 50. Great. So we have a huge range. Good. Now, so I think if you all decide that means For smaller organizations, say 50 and below, you may not have a separate HR department. But I understand that those with 50 and above department have a designated individual for payroll processing, and we have people with 500 and 1000 employees there also. So take my word, if you are able to configure payroll properly in Tally, it is going to be an immense, means structured is one aspect, your compliance cost is going to be saved. So people with 500, 1000 employees in their entity, believe me, once you have uh, implemented this payroll in Tally, and once the gestation period or learning period of 1 to 3 months is over, after that, the cost to, you'll be saving an employee cost for running this payroll through Tally. I'm dead sure about it. So that is one of the real benefits it brings to you as an organization. Now, because Tally 4 allows you reports, dashboard, browser-based access, online accessibility is there. So to that extent, the information is available to the top management. See, my core idea is clear. In fact, one of the core discussions we are going to do today is I've been working on how to automate the process of attendance marking through my mobile. I've done that process. I'll be sharing that also with you. So, see, the whole idea is that today, whatever decisions the managing directors, the owners of the company, whatever information they need, it has to be given on the mobile phone. So, I was working on this, how we can create linkages that an employee, he or she could mark attendance from the mobile just for sake of information in my office. All people mark their attendance through mobile. We have got a paid account for Gmail, so misuse is not possible. An employee, he or she has to mark through his or her Gmail account itself. So it misuse is absolutely not possible. So we are doing it. So I'll be sharing that process. What I had to do extra was only this thing, that I wanted that data to be linked, configured in TallyPrime. So I've tried to do it. I'll be sharing that also. So that means what? See, my attendance marking has been automated. The data is collected. And once data is collected, I'll be able to automatically process in my accounting software. So it is a phenomenal thing that we must all be putting our effort to. Okay. So back to this Tally Prime screen. So let us do it again. Once you have created a company, press F11. Uh, Look for show all features, say yes to it. Then payroll by default setting in Tally is no, say yes. Statutory, those people with 50 plus organization, they have much more compliances. They have to, in fact, 20 or more, you have to say yes, because PF, ESI, gratuity, everything will be applicable to you. So say yes to it. Once you have done this, okay, then what happens? Once you have done this, you go to this create screen. So in this create screen, you see there are payroll masters are enabled. So you have employee group, employee, units, attendance, production type, pay heads, payroll voucher type. Okay. Now I am going to, what I'll be sharing few screens with you. Okay. I'll not be defining the screens right now, but based on that, I'll be putting some questions to you. So keep yourself ready. I'll be creating a count. Okay. So right now it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Five, six basic count. Six type of information you create in payroll master. Okay. The best is always start with the pay units. So you have to define the unit of working. Now let us do here. So let us see what it is. Okay. Simple unit, compound multiplier effect. So the first aspect is 2. Okay. So 2, that was 6. This is 2. Just keep these figures with you. Huh? I'll be asking a tough question to you. Simple. Okay. So let us have HRS as a unit. Formal name is hours. Now, see this number of definitions you can create in Tally Prime. Let me count it. One, two. This is roughly 45. So 6 to 45. This number of units you can, I'll just scroll down. Put your mind to this. See, you're all have people, organization working with you. Please tell me if there is any unit that is left out, that is not covered. The way you are going to make payment to your staff, your workers. Let me scroll it down further. See, Tally has brought all its learning of last 40 years, Abhishek, if I'm correct, and brought these units here. Okay.
Sir, correct.
Yeah, thank you. So we had 6, then we had 2, now we have 45. So you can define this many type of units. Okay. So ours will be say numbers. So let us select that numbers. Yeah. So can it be in decimal? Oh, it can be. So up to 2 decimal. Yes. So first thing I have created is units. Now, once you have created units, then you go for creating what maybe pay heads. I've already defined few, and let me display that for you to save time. So these pay heads I have defined. Let us go further. So pay heads, there is no restriction. So let us take a benchmark that because you are all, or you know how you're paying to your staff. So to me, the maximum number of pay heads would be say 25. I'm noting these numbers so that I can ask you the question at the end. Just allow me to have it, please. So we had 6, 2, then 45. And then there is no restriction on pay heads. So let us have 25. So each pay head, so basic salary. Now, what is the pay head type? So you must be able to define this. So how many items are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 items are there. So next is 10. So this basic salary is earning for employees. So is it fixed? Generally fixed. Then for accounting aspect, your basic salary goes where? So it goes as an indirect expenditure. You have to look to your organization. Based on that, you have to classify. So this, if you look to the classification, there are 5 items here. Okay. Then, does it affect next salary? Yes. The name on payslip. Okay. Base now. So understanding of law, in our checklist, we said that we'll list all the laws. And before we start implementing Tally, we are going to sit with the domain expert. Okay. In fact, the company that we did, while creating masters, there was virtual live interaction with the person who was providing PF or say labor law compliance services to the company. We were in live discussion with the company, that person. So is it used for calculating gratuity? Okay. Set alter income tax. Sumer did put about this. Yes. Okay. Let me say yes to it. So now, so this is again roughly 35 items here. What is the classification? Is it taxable, exempt, like income tax? Sumer had a question on income tax. So when you start classifying your pay heads, you must have a noting that how it is looked in income tax. Okay. So this is where the most effort has to be put. That is why I put domain expert. For this, domain expert is going to be a chartered accountant or a tax practitioner. We have both as an audience. So these 2 people are going to be domain expert for us. So before you start, you need to have these details for the way your salary is structured. Okay. How tax is calculated, projected or actual, and TDS deducted. Yes. So that is one I've shared with you. Basics. Okay. Sorry. Then how the calculation of the basics. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and yes. So 5 is again. Okay. So whether you pay it on attendance. Okay. So basic salary we pay on attendance, generally attendance. Okay. But then we have multiple organizations. Few are paying on production, flat rate 1,000 per month. Like okay, you can do it. Attendance leave with pay present. Okay. Then whether the payment is, so we have 4 options here. The month is as per calendar month. That is same one. Next is city compensatory allowance. Okay. So same ideas have been created. So I'll go to the, let us go to the different type. Let us look for ESIC. Yes, ESIC. Now look to the pay head. Employer statutory contribution, because a specified percentage, I think 1.25 or 33, if you can make clarification, that much has to be paid by the employer. So this is employer's contribution. So employer statutory contribution, employee state insurance. So everything. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 combinations here also. Okay. You have to make a proper selection. Again, domain expert is needed. Okay. Where does it go? Indirect expenditure. Okay. Affect net salary? Yes, because it is going to be deducted. Name, display, ASIC. Then computed value. So if you could just see, because I've already put some data, so it is not allowing me to change computed value. But on current earnings, I can define how it is calculated. In fact, let me put this question. There's a maximum cap for PF, those employees who are going to receive PF. So we'll see that. So you can define how you're going to do the calculations of this statutory deduction. Let us go to the PF for understanding. PF, employer statutory contribution, PF account 1. So that classification is also there. Indirect expenditure, PF here. So my understanding was 15,000, you have to pay 8.33%. And beyond 15,000, if employees say yes, no, then that option is there. But what I have done, that if the computed salary value is more than 15,000, minimum 8.33% is paid. So 1250 has to be mandatorily deducted and paid. So this is how you can define. Okay. So that we were defining pay heads. So the next heading was defining pay head. Then having done that, you can create groups like in banks, in organizations, you have account scale 1, scale 2, scale 3, then management cadres, assistant manager cadres. So you can create an employee group. So I've created 4. Let us see. So L1, it is a primary group. Then I can define a salary structure for each band at the top. So my, say for example, managers basic salary structure I can define. I've said no. Let us say yes and see what happens. Then I can say what pay heads will be given, what payment shall be given to the group. So all employees who will be covered in the group is going to get this basic salary. Okay. Let us go back. I've said no. Let it be no. We'll come back to this again. So 4 basic structures have been defined. So first we talked about units of attendance, then the employee groups. Now, then we defined the pay heads, now the employee groups, and now the employee. So I've defined 2 employees. In fact, I had to take, it was so detailed. I had to, my both kids, now not kids, now they are adults, they are both working. So I requested them to send their pay slip. So it is a tough job, huh, for a parent to ask in today's environment to ask for the pay slip of the kids. They gave it, Papa Mangre de dete apan. So I use that to able to fill this all data. So that means before you start filling, creating master, this statute, what we I called as the salary master for each employee. You must be able to generate that and then start filling it here. See the detailing it has. I'm not doing it. You can all read through this. There's only one aspect I'll be sharing on this. So Pramod has a question. I'm answering that. What is the solution when PF contribution fixed for rupees 15,000 for some employees and for some employees contribution is on actual basis? Pramod, this answer to your question. You can create different classifications for pay heads. So you like PF1 and PF2, and then you can allocate 1 to then employee. I'll show you here. I'll show it here. Yes. Okay. So I think you have gone through this. I'm not reading through this. There's only one thing that I want to share with you here is, yeah. So Mohammed Kazi has a question. If CTC based salary, then how we will define? Very good. So what we did, Mohammed, the company that we configured, they also had a CTC base, but the CTC is cost to company. It is basically part of a like a negotiation that the employer has with a prospective employee that if you join us, this shall be your CTC. But if you look to the appointment letter given, in the appointment letter, the CTC is broken down. There are like what are the components of CTC? Those are mandatorily written. So the software company we work, I shared that shot with you, that it was CTC based. But then when you see, this whole idea is for when you have appointed an employee to the company. So when you have appointed an employee, the CTC based classification is linked to the appointment letter. In the appointment letter, you have the break that the suppose 100 is the CTC, what is the basic salary, other allowances, deductions, everything is written there. So that is the way you are going to do it. So your source of information is going to be the appointment letter where the CTC has been so further broken. Mohammed, if I have answered the question. Yeah, okay. So this is how you do it. There's only one aspect that I want you to remember. Whenever you define employee group for learning purposes or an employee, please don't define salary details here. There is a separate way of defining salary details. So we will go there and define salary details for employees at that moment. Okay. So two employees. Okay. My son and daughter. Okay, leave that. So the categories, then date of joining. Now, date of joining can be, see, my tally accounting year is, say, for example, 1st April 2023. But date of joining can be prior to that. So date of joining has no link to the tally accounting year. Then again, not defining salary details here. The basic details are given. Okay. So we talked about employee group, employee unit. Now coming to the defined salary. So having done this, now you define salary. So here it is. So like AG salary is here. Now you can define here. And if you look to this, you can compute. So basic salary. Yeah. So basic salary you have defined. So you have the appointment letter, like we had the question. So CTC is broken down like this. So, and this is a very good way of doing it. So the whole visibility is there that what are the components. So best ways, don't define your salary along with the definition of the employee will create you master of the employee, define its salary for in salary details separately. So that is going to be good. And then you can do it. All calculations can be done. Here you can define the way. Now, city compensatory was flat, so it is showing flat if you can see on the screen. EIC, ESIC and PF are calculated, so it is showing that it is as per calculation. That is how you do it. Let us see for the other employee. It is here. So this is how you can define that. Now, this, the one that we have shared, is one of the most important aspects before you start using payroll in Tally. So I'm just giving you 30 seconds for a recap. Any questions you have? Yes, you can define. Jayesh, you can define. The answer is yes. Jayesh question is, can we define? Yeah. So I'm bringing that, Jayesh. Let us do it live. Why keep it pending? Yeah. L1 was my employee group. I've said no. Let me say yes. See what happens. Jayesh, it is there. So all people covered in L1 are going, you can define. Let us do. It comes. It is here. So you can do it. I'm not doing it, but yeah, it is possible. The answer is yes. No, no, Sumir. TDS is a calculated figure. It is going just see what Sumer has asked and where the answer to the question lies. Okay. You see, here is your answer, Sumer. When I define the employee, Tally has asked me, see, believe me, it has been learning experience for this session. Huh? Now I'll ask the question once we complete this part of the session. Okay. It is there. So it is automatically going to calculate. In fact, Sumit, just for understanding, so what it is asking, whether the employee he or she is covered under the regular tax regime or the new regime. Okay. Now, I think in the from the current year, this new regime will be only applicable. So Tally will make an update that only one option is there. This is one thing. This is for the employee. Now, okay. So now let us go to the pay head also. There also that question came, basic salary. See, it is asking that basic salary. Okay, let me do yes. We did that basic salary. Is it taxable? It is taxable. So the pay head has been defined the taxability of it and how employee is going to be hit by that taxability. So it is both less. So it is a computed value, need not be defined separate. Uh, Ranjita, generally we have 1.5 to 2 hours. Okay. Okay. So we have one question. Do they get allowance in salary or is it like loan type they need to claim if no, we couldn't get the question. Okay. Please, anonymous attendee, please write. Okay. Because the question to the answer to your question is in the next session will be I knew this question had to come. Okay. Yes, yes. Sonal, I'll show that. I've done that exercise. I'll show you. Yes. Okay, okay. So if there are no, no, no. Okay, I got the point. Okay, let me display the pay heads. So these are the pay heads, anonymous attendee, because that is the name that I'm getting. So these are the pay heads. Now there are allowances. So why there is a confusion? See, whatever you are paying to the employee, you have to define how an employee he or she is getting that amount. Okay. So if it is flat, it is calculated based on production, that you have to define. That is how. It is SM Nanduri. It's a very good question. So what you do, the say for example, we have two employees. It's a good question to answer. AG and MA. Right now they are L1, L2. Suppose AG is taken to L2 and MA is taken to L3. So what you do within the same, it's learning for, I'm trying to answer. I didn't imagine the question while doing it, but it's a good thing. So what you do, you create MAL3, bracket L3. So L2 is going to exist like that. So it is not going to affect the prior pay slips. No, Sujay, it is there. Means I couldn't get the question, Sujay. Define salary under tallies. It is there. I showed you. It is here. Define salary. Sujay, it is there. If you is it visible? If that answers the question. Oh, no, Venkatesh, that is an HR issue. People objecting is a human resource issue that the organization has to settle. Tally has nothing to do with that. Okay. So now the question I wanted to ask. I've shared few numbers with you. Can you, in the chat, can you put an arbitrary figure of the possible combinations Tally will be able to do for the whole payroll configuration? Suppose the pay heads are only 25 because pay heads can be more. So I restricted to 25. Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to show. Yes, Ranjita, I just show. That was the first part. Now I'll go to the second part. I'll show you that. Yes. So this is the first part we want to conclude here. You need to answer a question. The possible combinations, configurations you can create in Tally if the payheads are restricted to only 25. A guess to that figure. कितने परम्यूटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन आप टैली में बना सकते हैं अगर पेहेड को मैं सिर्फ 25 तक रिस्ट्रिक्ट करूं? You can guess a figure. Huh? I told you to note those numbers. 80, Sumer. Okay, good. We have 1000. Great. My God. In fact, yes, Venkatesh, infinite, but I'll go. If each chocolate has to be given, it will go to Venkatesh. So it is unrestricted. I'm just doing a simple multiplier of all the numbers I shared with you. So this much combination, 6 into 2 into 45 into 25 into 10 into 5 into 5 into 35 into 4 into 4. My God. The it is 189 followed by 6 zeros. So see, means anyone who says or means in fact this was learning for me that there is nothing that is left out in payroll that can not be configured in Tally. 100% configuration can be done in Tally. The requirements have to be put very clearly. The checklist I've shared with you. So what you can create a SOP like standard operating procedure that whenever we are going to first when we are going to start with creating payroll in Tally, these are the steps that I've shared. And whenever you are going to update an employee detail, this is a SOP that we are going to follow. So that is first part of the discussion. I think we had the questions. Let me just run through Q&A once again. Okay, 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 no issues. But then I can ask a question. So have you appeared for your CA exam, anonymous attendee? Yeah, I'm coming to Sanjay, payroll voucher type. So there are basically three types of voucher. This I have defined separately. I'll bring those vouchers. We'll go to the vouchers. Yes. So here is voucher type. Then if you can see on the right side of the screen, it shows the default voucher. So our concern is three basic. So attendance is one of the payroll vouchers. Second, payroll is a payroll voucher. So these two basic types of vouchers are there. One is attendance, another is payroll. Yeah. So I created those separate classes. I'll show you. Let us alter vouchers. Yeah. So attendance and payroll were standard. I created my and payment. Third one is payment. Yeah. Three type of vouchers. I created my salary attendance. So it is basically how I created the question that Ranjita asked about the attendance marking. We'll do that. I'll show you. Okay. So this is from where you start. Okay. Now. So now we are going to the basic accounting part of it. Because I will already marked attendance, so I'll show you that. Yeah. So how you to start? Go to Gateway of Tally. Then Gateway of Tally, you see F10, other vouchers. If you see other vouchers here, then you see this attendance. So I'll be using this configured by me. I don't want to use the standard one. Salary attendance and salary payroll. So salary attendance here. The one thing that you need to remember that end of the month, last day of the month, it is going to take attendance for the month in question. Okay, so just check the date. Date is, so let me make it 31st July 2023. Then attendance. Now, yes. So here, if you see, you are seeing attendance production type. that I didn't discuss with you. Let me discuss this with you. Then we'll mark the attendance. Okay. So these three I have created. Absent. So if attendance is marked as absent, it is leave without pay. Present, it is leave with pay. Because there is data, so it is not allowing us to. We'll create another one to see. Sunday. Okay. Then let us create another. So let us create national holiday as a day of attendance. Okay. NH. It is primary, yes. Now, I am asking national holidays 26th January, 15th of August, and 2nd of October. Is it leave with pay or leave without pay? See, four options are there. You have to say leave with pay or leave without pay. Yes, good. Leave with pay. Yeah. So what I'll do, I'll select that. So this is how I defined my attendance. Now see, there are four types of attendance. Absent, that is leave without pay. National holiday, leave with pay. NH is the acronym LIS of it. Prime present is leave with pay. And Sunday is also leave with pay. That is, so based on the way you configure, you can create your attendance types. Now let us go to vouchers again. So an AG, now I have to mark attendance. So the number of days present, I'll mark. So let us say July. So July has 31 days. So let me just check how many Sundays were there in July. There were 5 Sundays. Okay, good. So let us put 22 as present. Then absent, 2 days. Sunday is 5. So I'll have to just change the absent. 22 plus 5 is 27 plus 4. Yeah. So that is how I have done it. Then MA. So present, say 25 days. MA was absent for 1 day. MA Sunday is 5. So that is end of the list. Okay. So that I have done. Now, once you have done that, I have entered the attendance. Go to vouchers. Again, other vouchers. See, salary payroll. Go to salary payroll. Then it asks how you're going to pay. HDFC, my bank. And here is this autofill. Select autofill. Select autofill when you create a salary payroll voucher. What you're doing? Payroll autofill, yes. What you're paying? Salary. The period. All items you can do for an employee, you can do for a band of employees, group of employees. Let us do for all the items. Employee name, through bank detail we don't do right now. Yeah, it is calculated, displayed. Yeah, you can define Mohammed 2.5, you can say. Yeah, when you define that 2.5, you say it will calculate. You can create Harshadit and 2 people have asked the question. So you can mark attendance as half pay also. You can define that in the system. So it is displayed. It has calculated. So we have done this. Let us see the outcome of this. So let us go back. Display. Yeah. You see these payroll reports. Go to payroll reports. Payslip. Yes. For AG shows. In fact, this is one benefit I personally realized because We have been doing this internal audit for other organizations also, and they are not doing their tally payroll through tally. So, and we do this tax compliance for them. So every 3 months we get a request from the company that, sir, we want our employee to get a structured payslip because that employee, he or she is applying for some loan across. So that is one benefit that passes on to them. It's absolutely structured. It shows everything like that. So that is pay slip. One thing that is actually being used by the employee. So it is helping the employee get a better feedback from the entity. Then you can generate pay sheet. So for all items, okay, I'll have to change the period. Yeah, because payment entry I've not done, so it not show the pay sheet right now. Yeah, it's there. So what payment has been done against basic salary? So pay sheet has been generated. Then attendance sheet, absent, present for month, and you can do for the previous periods also. Payment advice. Let us preview. I'll zoom it. So this is how we'll be generating a payment advice to be sent to the bank. Had the bank details been put, it would have shown the where with that detail. Then, okay, payroll statement, you can do it. So I don't want to do it. Statutory reports, provident fund. See this form. Let us see preview. I was so everything is there. So once you have configured it, I think HR department will lose 50% of their employees. So that is the second aspect. Let us see the questions. Yeah, it will be Deepak. I think yes. The Deepak is question is PF contribution affected? Yeah. This it's not a question for Tally. It is for the HR manager, but the answer is yes. Yeah. Kushal, that is the third aspect. We'll come to that. Good. Direct import from Excel. Okay. So this is the second part. Any feedback on this one or any questions? So Sonali, you have a question. How to do projection for income tax? It will do in system, but I'll come back on this question. I did not work on this one. There is going to be a solution to this. Yes. It's cost to the company, BS Venkatesh. CTC, someone asked, the companies right that as a part of CTC, this year paying. Yeah, that option is there. Okay, let me show. Jinsho, there is an option, loans and advances. I'll show you that. You can define that. I have not defined, it is there. Yeah, Sonali, we'll be doing it. The next is that only. No, zoom ratio, I don't have control. So, Jayesh. Oh, Deepak, I made it fixed. Okay, I got the point. I'll show you, Deepak. I got your question. I'll show you. Yes. So I need to show the salary details. I'll show. See if you can see here, PF. PF is computed value. Okay, so it is here. Now go to the pay head. So I'll show you pay head, you'll get an understanding. PF. See, it's written that if the earning total is more than 15,000, 1250 fixed. That is. If I've answered the question. So this is the way you have defined it. So that is how it works. No, you can import for the whole month. So where deductions have been defined. Kamal, you can predefine where all data is going to do. I've done that. So you can always say that this is the folder the data has to go. That will solve your problem. It's a very different question, but because I also face this, you can definition, you can say go to this folder. It will go. Every data will go to a different folder. Means the one you have defined. Like, yeah, Manoj, I know it. So see, this is in fact. Thank you, Manoj. So this is a mistake I have done, and that is a correction that we has to be done. So the idea is that the way you define it is the way it is going to work. Like that is the point. I'll agree to that, Manoj. Thank you. I'll show you the pay slip again. Okay. So we are showing the pay slip again. So display more reports, payroll reports, pay slip. Yeah, here it is. Okay, I have to change the month because it is for, let me do it for, just a moment. Okay, the payment is to be made. So that is why probably, let me just see here. Yeah, then you can configure. Someone was talking about. So these details you can configure. Let me just see why payslip is not there. So it will just come all items. Get. It had to be there. We'll just take a different route to it. Okay. So except for payslip, I'll come back on that. Any other issue that you want to raise? No, that Kushal will not be doing that right now. That is a separate discussion to be done. Okay. Now we'll talk about this import of data. Okay. Okay. So someone is helping me, sir. You tried July month data. Just give me a second. Yeah. Days it is showing clearly. The values it is not bringing. Okay. Some problem. We'll see it. Okay. Yes. Manual intervention is there. Jinsho, you can always manually intervene. Yes. Now coming to this. So tally data import. So I'll show you that. So it what I'm showing has more to do with Tally's capability of importing data in Excel, not specific to payroll. So let us go about it. Okay, Shankar, I'll try. Thank you. So here is import. Now, so you can import master, you can import transaction. But before you start importing, you need to map. I think you see this discussion is not about how you learn import. So that is a separate topic itself. What I will be basically showing that data attendance can be directly imported through Excel. That I'm showing. So I'm just sharing the steps. This is not targeted towards you learning how to import data. Absolutely not. But it is possible. I'll show you that. So because I have already created a template mapping my data in Excel to data in TallyPrime or field in TallyPrime. I'll show you that. So this is the name of the company, the vouchers, payroll vouchers. Uh, this sheet sample attendance is what I have configured for payroll vouchers. Yes. So what Tally does, it selects all the sheets. So if my Excel is 1, 2, 3, 4 sheets, it will take all. I have taken the first one. Now this you have to define. So see, this I am not discussing, but this is not the target. So what you basically do in the Excel, you define which field is mapped to what field in Tally Prime. I'll just bring it here. Yeah, if you can see where the cursor is there, field in Tally Prime, it is equivalent to what field in Excel. That is. What is my sheet? Sample attendance. So this I have done. Okay. So I'll close this. Once you have to map, once mapping is there, I'll open the Excel also. I'll show you that. Just a minute. This is my Excel. So what I'm changing this information so that we import for the next month. Okay. So So I marked this attendance for the month of August. I'll just 31 days in August. Let me just check the Sundays in August. 4 Sundays. Okay. So Sunday is correctly marked. The total is has to be. So 21 plus 10 is 31. So I mark this. Okay. So my sample data in Excel is ready. Let us close it. Okay. Now I'll share. Okay. Sorry. I'll share Tally. Yeah. So my Tally is visible. Now I'll first show you some information before we go there. So salary attendance I have marked. Yeah. Now you see I have marked attendance till July. So let us see AG's attendance is marked. So this attendance I have marked till July. Now I'll be marking for August. Okay. So just so that we can check whether the attendance has been properly brought. Now I'll import. So now I'm importing transaction. So it tells the name of the file, payroll vouchers, the name of the company. Yes. Then backup is important. See, import may, this was, I think, probably one of the questions. So when you are importing data, the chances of something going wrong is there. So always have your backup location ready. So this is my backup location. It has imported, done. Let us see how did it work. Yes. Oh, some error has occurred. Okay. So let me just check through that file again. But this is the way you'll be doing it. Let me just go to my sample attendance to see what is the error. We'll try to import again. Import transaction. This has to be defined again and again, but okay. But you can specify that this is exactly where my data folder is going to reside. Let us see how. Some issue is coming up. We'll have to learn through that, but the possibility is there. So I told you. So this is, I've done that. The June transaction we did import. Let me just see. So import is possible. The point is it's not happening here, but it's there. You can always do it. This June attendance, this you see this actually imported data itself came automatically. So isn't had to come from that. I'll do that because in fact that is the thing I was just looking at. I'll just do it. Yeah. Okay, let us do it for first only. Let us give another try. Some issue. Okay, but it's possible. The basic answer is it is possible. Yeah, I'll show you import again. Okay. So that is that it's a configuration issue, but it is there. So what is the first thing to be done? Map your transaction to Tally itself. That is how you can do it. So that is the third part. Except for this, not able to show it working. Okay. Yes, yes, absolutely. Manoj, the answer is yes. Anonymous attendee, it's part of the session 2. Yeah, it is part of the YouTube. Abhishek has already sent. No, no, Deepak, the way you define, see, PF, there's a statutory definition of provident fund. So it includes basic salary, it includes dearness allowance. So that definition you have to create properly. That is separate, means the configuration can be a separate topic, exact headwise configuration. So that is the third part of the discussion. Okay, let us see Q&A. Yeah. Now, the last part, automating this whole process. So what I have done, Because this import is not working, I would have loved to show you. I'll show you what I have done. Okay. I have created an attendance form for the employees. So now they can mark daily attendance. So someone did ask the question. So we're keeping the month, say we are in the month of July. So each employee, he or she has to mark his or her attendance. You can make this form employee specific. It can be sent. I made it a general form. It can be specific, present. Yes. As soon as the form is submitted, sorry, the attendance is updated in system. Here the attendance come through Google. You can this is a daily attendance form. So through Google, you can generate a summary of the monthly attendance of the employee. You download this in the Excel. I'll show you the Excel also. Once that the trouble of importing is done, then directly this form can be updated and data, the attendance will be marked in Tally. I don't know what issue came up, but then beyond that, I'll show you this sheet also. So this you can do online. So the whole attendance is being marked through mobile. In my office, people mark attendance on mobile itself. I'll show you that sheet. You can download in Excel and upload directly to Tally. Here is the daily attendance. I was creating the summary that can be created in Google form also. So each employee's monthly attendance is summarized. You map this summary to this headers of the summary to Tally, import, directly attendance will be marked. So that was the fourth part of this session. So today's session is a basic, please understand. So many combinations are there. It's just impossible to do it case by case basis. We could have only general discussion on this. Any questions you want to put? So what I'll do that we'll create a separate video for that Excel Tally attendance data import, and we'll put it on the channel of Tally itself. So
It's
that
already
will do
there.
the job. It's there.
Import.
Okay, it's there. So you can always check that.
I'll share it with, if you could just go and visit the Tally website or the YouTube channel, you can see how to import data from Excel to Tally. It's quite easy. As sir was showing, that's the way. But I think there is some configuration issue, but
Yes, yes.
it's very easy. I
Yes,
mean,
yes. Venkatesh, it
self-intuitive.
tracks leave management. It tracks leave management. The company we configured, we once opening balance of leave was validated, 100% leave management was being done through Tally itself.
So we
Yeah.
can answer
So
couple
we'll
more
plan
questions.
that, Jayesh. I knew that this session has to create that requirement for a detailed session. But what I want, Abhishek,
Yes,
if
sir.
we can get feedback of all people who have attended, that what next session has to address. See, payroll is just, it is such a huge, it can be a whole division like. So what exactly the participants want in the next session, then we will have that also. So I request all to
Absolutely,
give
sir.
feedback to Tally, that first feedback on the session and what we can improve upon and what next session we want to have.
Absolutely, sir. So this is
Yes, yes,
just
Deepa, we can
part
do it.
one.
Yes,
We'll do a
Deepa, we
part
can
two,
do it.
part three.
Yes, yes, we will have a part two.
Sure.
Okay,
So
Ram. Once this that configuration issue is there, we'll do it for Google Form also. Yes.
Jayesh wants an 8-hour session, sir.
Jayesh, that is going to be a costly exercise. But I love to do that. Thank you, Jayesh. We'll have, see, the idea about the session. Okay, then you can give a feedback. The core idea was that Tally has phenomenal payroll application built into it. See, we took the feedback that more than 20% or 25% people of the attendees who are actually using Tally don't know about it. So we want to improve this percentage, that people using payroll in Tally. We want to improve this percentage. That is the core of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So by
See,
today's session,
Abhishek, this anonymous attendees article and my article mark attendance through Google Form. So we have a mechanism to track that. Don't worry. There's a link. So they, in fact, it did happen. I used to have 12 articles in my office. So once only it happened. Then I caught it next day morning. So it is possible. Okay. Shankar has shared a Zoom link. What is that?
I think the Zoom link for this session only he has shared here,
Acha, okay.
if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, Manish, thank you. Yes, yes, Ram. We can do it. Yeah, Ronak, I'm also part of that group, Manish. Ronak did put that. Yes. Okay. So if no questions, we'll have a minute and then, but I'll request, see, all of, see, feedback of this session and what you want in future is very important. It helps us improve. So that improvement is necessary. So we must be able to do it.
Yes, sir. So there are two ways. You all are a part of CA community group. We have a CA community group on WhatsApp. We have a website. We have a YouTube channel. In the YouTube channel and our website, this particular webinar will be posted. You can comment on the YouTube video also if you have any issues, any queries, any feedback, any suggestion. You can provide your suggestions on the community website as well. And I personally keep a track of these things, and I'll connect with Atul sir, and we'll probably have a part two of this payroll session. And in that, we can make more people aware that Tally gives a very wonderful solution to payroll.
No,
And I
in
hope
fact,
people attended
Abhishek,
today.
there's a
Yeah.
question by Sony CL. So it's a very good question. It's like, for example, we have people here with 500 to 1,000 employees. So initial master creation is a professional engagement. And once you have created master, see, 1,000 people company, every day there is going to be some update to their human resources. So you can create an AMC out of it, annual maintenance contract, that month on month, the means, see, there are three or four. Let me, Abhishek, let me add to this.
Sure,
There
sir.
are three or four things that you can do professionally. First, configuration of master is one aspect. Then maintenance of master, that becomes your annual maintenance contract. Third, maintenance of payroll, means the whole attendance can be outsourced to you. So you can create a great opportunity out of it. That is how I look at it. Thank you.
Perfect. So I'll keep the questions for a later stage where we can address them in a more articulated manner. So currently, thank you, Atul sir, for your time, for making all of us aware about this payroll option that we have in Tally. And I hope attendees here can use this particular feature going ahead, can make other people also aware of this. And it was a wonderful session, sir. Including me, I think everybody learned a lot on how to do. There were certain glitches. And again, I'll say the configuration issue which server facing, import, you can easily know how to import Excel to Tally. You can see multiple videos on our website, on our YouTube channels regarding that. So thank you everyone for attending our today's CA Connect webinar.